Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up, horse is cold, just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up, horse is cold, just let me be blunt. My speech in the morning, nothing but grunts. With no coffee, that's as dangerous. On a scale from 1 to 10, I rank it that girl from Stranger Things. And if you get what I'm saying, my attitude be mad flagrant like I'm Draymond. But you ain't get the picture, BFP. So I'm gonna keep pushing on you, GNC. It's like, yeah, the first thing on my mind is when that hot coffee gonna seep into the coffee grind. It's like some magic's floating all in the air. Toss some ice cubes in my cup, it's a good day. All I gotta say is that it's starting in a good way. It's time for working and I don't even care. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up, horse is cold, just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up, horse is cold, we start fresh, that's how it's gotta be. Everything starts back with your coffee beans. If it's cold brew, then it's gotta be coarse. Don't get the cart ahead of the horse, start learning the course. But of course you can disregard, and don't at me if it gets too hard. When it's my time to drink, man, it's always on hand. Drink from a cup or a bottle, even a can. You never know when you're craving a hit. It could be in the bathroom while you're taking a with flair while singing, ain't got nothing on it. When that coffee hits my lips, it's a seance. Feeling real super with the cape on. Anything I'll take on. This cup of coffee, yeah boy, this is the shit. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up, horse is cold, just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up, horse is cold, third verse, so I guess that's where I talk about how we might be addicted in a roundabout kind of way, or how you say, a dependency that saved my life, and I'm proud to say it's filling me with way more energy than I'll ever need. Keep it.
Good morning, all of you beautiful nerds from around the world, and welcome to the morning stream here on the Den of Nerds Live, the very best way to start your nerdy day. On today's show, more DC news. We got the shill checks coming in, baby. Let's talk some DC news. I'm going to go over this Ray Fisher business. Man, this story is really interesting, man. I covered the initial report. Came out with some smoke. And then on an Instagram live, he said, I'm still under NDA. I'll get sued into oblivion. What? So, look, I want to get into that because I am really confused about what is going on there. Okay, so Adam from Fanjection is going to join the show. We're going to talk about that. We might get into some other stuff. We'll save plenty of time for Q&A. I know we did a little report about some debunking yesterday, so there might be some questions about that. But before we get any further into the news, let's say what's up to the people. Good morning, everybody. Let's see who's in here. Craze Panda's in here. Hector's in here. Josh is in here. Steve's in here. Mav's in here. Trev is in here. Mike Porter. Hector. Mr. Deeds. Jamie Williams. David Nation. Flatbrush. Zombie. Decepticon King. Jason from Polyhedron Paradise. Jennifer Cook. James Black. Dave. Marvel. Tara's here. Gray's here. Steven's here. Knight is here. Renee's here. Yinzer Jim is here. Jarth Clean. Ray Hall, Anthony, Kendall Davis, Landon Dubes, Mike, John Harris, Danny Orange, Adam G. Jacobs, Quest, Coachella Coastal, Brian O'Connor Lunar, holy cow, Norrin Rad's in the building, holy cow. A lot of beautiful people in here. If I miss your name, I apologize. What's up, Brian Bufka? I see XR Cool. What's up, baby? Thursday. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you are all doing well. Turn the music up louder. Why, are we vibing right now? Are we feeling the vibes? Or are you memeing? Because it's already super loud. Probably memeing a little bit. A couple of things right off the top before we get into the show. Pause music, chat. Wow, what an episode of the Nerd Card Showdown last night. Guys, if you haven't seen that episode, it's up on the channel in the replay. Very crazy episode. I won't give away the ending, but I'll just say the Chet Boys for Life had an incredible performance. I thought they did an incredible job. Wow, what a show and what a performance by the Chet Boys for Life. So applause to the Chet Boys for Life. A couple of other things. Tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you are a member, After Dark. Lavis has assured me that I will be completely decimated by his takes. He has video evidence. He has a script. He's got a magnifying glass, maybe a monocle. Is that what they're called, Chet? Monocles? Look, he's got all the tools at his disposal, and he will be decimating me tonight on After Dark. And honestly, I'm really excited for After Dark. There's been a lot of spicy stuff happening, and as always, that's the crew that really brings the heat when it comes to the spice. So if you remember, make sure you come on by the channel tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After Dark's getting it going on. It should be very exciting. Also, my Nerdvengers. You guys are amazing. Of course, we ended the Patreon. The majority of the support that we're looking for the channel is here on this channel as channel members, the Nerdvengers. And Saturday at noon, big time Nerdvengers only stream. If you're not a member and you want to come be a part of the Nerdvengers, you got to sign up before Saturday because I'm telling you, Saturday's going to be a big deal. We're voting on the emojis. We're talking about what we want to do as a community, etc., etc. So lots of exciting stuff coming down the pipeline for the channel. But before we get all crazy, let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about what's the craziest news of the day. Yo, this news is crazy. Craziest news of the day. This is coming from comicbook.com. I'm going to read right from this article a little bit, and then we're going to get Adam from Fanjecture on the line. And I want to know what he thinks. Okay. So, this article reads, Justice League's Ray Fisher shows his support for Doom Patrol's side... What? This is the wrong article. What the hell? What? That's what comicbook.com wants to talk about? Oh my God. And they call us shills. Okay. Anyway. I'll go to Cinema Blend instead. Apologies. Frickin' Chet. Okay. Here we go. The real tea. With the accusations that director Joss Whedon's time on the Justice League film was accompanied by gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable behavior, actor Ray Fisher is in the spotlight to provide more information as to exactly what took place, which spurred him to rescind his support of Whedon. Fans would think that after starting a campaign to bring light to these alleged acts, revelations from Fisher would be more forthcoming. But there's a pretty important reason he can't say anything at this time. He's still under contract with DC and Warner Brothers. Ray Fisher has revealed as much during a recent live stream, where he fielded questions about not only whether he's being at the upcoming DC Fandom event, but also if he was outside of the limitations of his non-disclosure agreement. Presumably, the NDA in question is the one that he signed for his time as Cyborg on Justice League. Here is what he said in his Instagram Live. He said, "No, it is not. I'm still very much under contract, and I'm still very much under the non-disclosure agreement. So I've got to be very careful about what I say and how I say it. Otherwise, I could get sued into oblivion." Just a disclaimer there. So the folks who are looking for more specifics in the moment right now, I'm sorry, I can't give them to you in the moment right now. Now, he actually goes on further. Okay, yeah, they have it here. So he goes on further to say this. And this was the thing that when I heard this, I was like, dude, what is this dude doing? What is this dude doing? And again, we will bring Adam on, and we will all talk about this as a community because I'm sure we're all really interested. He says here, This will take some time. We will get it done. We will win. What? We will win. And then we'll be able to move on in the world. I know at the end of the day, regardless of what it is that I'm able to say or not say in this moment right now, there's no way that all this stuff does not come to light in some capacity. Wow, man. Like, really, really crazy stuff. Okay? Really, really crazy stuff. Now, there's a small bit here about Kevin Smith sort of corroborating some of the stuff that Ray was talking about. Okay, now he did that on his Fat Man and Beyond podcast or whatnot. But let's get back into the chatting. Guys, I'm going to give Adam a call, and we're going to get Adam in here. But here's what I want to know. Let me know in chat. What do you guys make of this? What do you make of this? Do you think there's something here? Is Fisher planning some legal action? What is going on with that? Also, is the other side true? Is Ray Fisher blowing smoke? Is there nothing really here? Is there nothing really going on? Hector says, I care deeply about this. I'm incredibly invested in this story. I don't know what to believe. I really feel like Ray might have been wronged. Hector, wow. Incredible sentiments. Okay, let me get Adam on the line. Maybe you guys agree with Hector. Maybe you don't. You know, he's very emotionally invested in this. He's very affected. Dare I say triggered. He's very affected. Adam, are you there?
Hello.
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Doing good. Doing well. So I think everybody can hear you okay. Let me just double check the video here.
I should probably turn my camera on. Hold on.
Yeah, that would help.
It would help.
So on a baseline here, you want to give me your thoughts on the Ray Fisher thing? What's going on with this situation, dude?
Whoa. Man, I gotta say, what is the end game of this, right?
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
That's the biggest question. I don't know that this is a legal thing. I think this is a court of public opinion thing that he's going after. And when he says he will win, I think, look, do I necessarily think Joss Whedon's the nicest guy? No. Am I the biggest Joss Whedon fan? I think I've said multiple times on your show and on mine, no, I'm not the biggest Joss Whedon fan.
Yeah.
But I fear that this is like quintessential cancel culture. And I don't you know what I mean? Like specifically targeting somebody. And when he's saying we will win, as in we will cancel this dude. This is going to happen. We're going to release all this information and he will be canceled and he's not going to be, no one's going to want to work with him ever again. That's the only thing I could think of. I mean, I doubt that anything that happened between Ray and him is legally, anything illegal happened. So I don't know. That's my baseline. I don't know. This is a hot mess.
Dude, yeah. It's the thing that is crazy. I really don't think Ray is doing himself any favors here. When his comments, so he made the post about retracting his sentiments from Comic-Con, right? Back in the day where he had said very positive things about Joss. So he first rescinds that, then goes on further. Like that tweet, some people say it's legalese. I actually watched a very good video on Popcorn Planet about this. And I don't watch Andy all the time, but I think that he's made a real effort to actually sort of give really quality content and not grift or whatever. And this was a great video. He had a lawyer on. It was an 18-minute video breaking it down. To me, when I see the tweet that he made about the abusive behavior and all that sort of stuff, that felt like it was run through lawyers. Felt like that was a statement that he was like, hey, here's my NDAs, here's this, that, and the other thing. Am I free to say something like that? Okay? So it's pretty wild, very incendiary. It implies a lot of different things. But here's the thing, man. There's a lot of people skeptical about the timing. A lot of people skeptical about, basically... with Ray particularly, because he was obviously very upset that a lot of his stuff was cut, right? He's obviously upset that happened. He hasn't had much of a career after this. So in some ways, what happened with Justice League, he might think of or look at as something that stunted his career or derailed it or whatever, right? So it's hard to parse out how much of this is animosity coming from Ray, perhaps being framed with some of the real injustices that are going on in the world right now, and how much of it is there were real injustices. Because here's my thing on this, Adam, and I would like to, obviously I want to know what you think about this. It's one thing to say accountability greater than entertainment, and it almost feels completely opposite of that to say, I'm under contract in NDA, therefore I can't tell you about what accountability needs to be taken. You feel me?
Sure. Yes. And that's why I feel it's not any illegal actions. He feels slighted about the working environment. I mean, we heard that, I first of all, I did watch that video, Andy's video on the lawyer.
Good,
and
right?
one thing that she did say was, it seemed the timing seemed odd, that like it may be more of like a publicity thing going on because he's now in a position with Justice League coming out again that maybe this could jumpstart his career. Mm-hmm. And look, the other thing is, I agree with you on the tweets. I think that it was definitely legalese. He's got to be incredibly careful, not only with NDA, but like Joss could turn around and sue him for targeted harassment or libel or any sort of thing that he puts out there that's just not true, that could hurt his career. It's not that he's just could say something and have a difference of opinion about it. If it actually hurts his career, then Joss has a lawsuit. He's got the ability to have a lawsuit because now it's affecting his income and his public stature, and that's a thing. That's the whole defamation of character kind of thing. So I feel like, especially from the Kevin Smith story, that he doesn't like it's very personal. He doesn't like Joss. He doesn't like the way that Joss screwed him out of that movie, that he got edited out, that he talked crap on his friend Zack Snyder, who basically was going to jumpstart his career as a film actor. And he's taking it all personally, and now he's dragging in everybody else. So. And it's interesting, if it was somebody else, like a different director, even if it was like your stuff got cut on the cutting room floor, I don't know that this would happen. I think it's the fact that Joss is a guy that has friends in the industry, but he's not overall well liked. You don't go, if this was somebody who was bigger, but like was a staple and like well liked in the Hollywood, factions, I don't think this is the direction he would go. But because it's a target that could easily go after, I think that's why this is happening too.
Yeah,
he's got that confidence, right?
Right. Now, to be fair to Ray, because here's the thing, like it's almost like in whatever this strategy is, whatever he's doing here, from where I'm standing right now, it feels stupid. It just feels like a bad strat. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, Ray, like this is just really not a great sequence of events to do. And I'm kind of confused. However, to be fair to him, we still don't know exactly what happened. And it is possible that in the long game, we will look back and we will be like, damn, this was huge. And Ray did this the right way and legally, took the right direction and all this, and now like all this other crazy stuff is coming out. So it is still, but to be fair to him, it is still possible that outcome will take place. You know what I mean? We don't know. But from where I'm currently standing, like it's just a bad look, dude. Like to say accountability greater than entertainment, and then to not spill the tea because of NDAs. And I know it's like, oh, I'll get sued into oblivion, but we all know what's really going on. He got talked to, man. He got talked to by some people. He's potentially coming back to do, photography for Joss's thing. There were some rumors and speculation that he could have a cyborg project or something like that. And he probably just took the wrong route for as far as his career is concerned. Now, is it possible that none of that was on the table? It is. Yeah, but then I still don't understand what he's doing. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand, man. Like, either actually come with it, like either actually die on that hill and like really stand up for injustice if there was real injustice, or don't say anything. Like, that's where I'm coming from. It's just as an opinion of where I'm standing. I'm just like, dude, I really don't understand your play here, Ray. Like, I just really don't. And I think that it's really interesting that at a time when so much social awareness is swirling around, right? So much is swirling around that I saw so many people sort of side-eye Ray's comments. And I definitely think that his Instagram comments really add to that side-eye side, you know what I mean, of this debate where it's like, dude, what? Like, what?
Yeah, well, I think the other thing too is he's not just dragging down Joss Whedon, right? He's dragging down Jeff Johns and John Berg as well,
right?
Who are still big, huge working professionals. You know, we don't hear Joss's name as much currently right now, but I'm sorry, but Jeff Johns and John Berg are there's, you know, maybe you're saying that what are you saying, that they were enabling Joss Whedon, but the reality is it's, I mean,
a producer's job is to enable their directors. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's tough. Like, I really don't understand what the fuck he's saying, Adam. Like, what are you saying? Because Kevin Smith's comments were just like, yeah, apparently so he talked to some people that worked on Rise of Skywalker that also worked on the movie Justice League, right? Mm-hmm. And so the whole idea was that Kevin was basically saying, like, yeah, apparently Joss was really dismissive, really hard on Zach's cut and that whole vision and everything like that. Dude, that ain't illegal. That ain't abusive. Like, that ain't, like, that. I'm just worried here because if it's a boy crying wolf, that's a super bad look, and it's actually damaging to the causes that you might actually give a crap. Basically, what I'm saying is, look, again, we don't know, and to be fair to Ray, we got to wait for the info to come out. But from where I'm standing, like, dude,
I think this has.
What's up?
Where'd you go? Oh, I couldn't hear you for a second. I think it has more of a possibility of coming out poorly for Ray than it does positively. And that's not to say that it can't, but I think it's like that we're definitely leaning like 70-30 that it's just going to come out that it was unprofessional, like on set stuff that sort of happens generally that maybe shouldn't, like, you know, blowing up, maybe people having arguments on set, right. People getting passionate about what they want them to do and what they don't want to do. But I don't know, like, we'll see, because, you know, there's all that talk about how, like, Joss really wanted, you know, all these jokes in the movie that they were going to film, and Gal Gadot didn't want to do it, so the whole thing with, like, they got her stunt double in to actually do it, and then some of it they superimposed her face on it. The whole thing with the Flash lying down on top of her, supposedly not even her. They did it with the stunt double. Because he really wanted that scene in, so that kind of stuff as well.
Right.
Again, not illegal, maybe in poor taste, maybe not doing it the right way. Certainly not working well with your actors and your actresses, and not understanding and hearing them when they don't want to do something just to get your vision out, especially when it sort of wasn't your vision to begin with. So I don't know. I don't know. You're right. Until we know exactly specifically what he's talking about, I feel like it's going more towards maybe not being I don't want to say as big as it could be. It's just so hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. And I'm first of all, super chat came in from Brian O'Connor. I know we are midstream, but you got to check out Trinity's Twitter. Way too funny. I saw he posted a little bit of a video about Adam. And yeah, I know that Adam is really toxic and into cancel culture and all that sort of stuff. And then I did want to comment on Jonathan's comment here. It says, it's stupid to even think a potential victim of any kind is... it's stupid to think it's stupid to even think a potential victim of any kind of abuse is doing it for personal gain until that is proven. Same as the claims of abuse. So I get where you're coming from, and honestly, like, dude, Jonathan, trust me, we're being super charitable here compared to many people in the online community. I mean, did you see Campia go in on this, dude? Look, we're being very charitable here, Jonathan. I understand. I get it. I understand that sentiment. By the way, I don't even necessarily agree with that sentiment, but I do understand it. But the point is, the actions of Ray Fisher, the way he's gone about communicating this is super sus, dude. It's super sus. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. It's suspect. So, I guess we'll just have to keep an eye on it and try to figure that out. But I do understand that.
Yeah, I'm with Jonathan. I don't want to get it twisted here. We're not saying that he is doing this for personal gain. Not at all. At least I'm not. And Josh, I don't want to speak for you, but I don't think that's what you're saying either. It's just at this point, we don't know what it is. It's Schrodinger's cat, right?
Sure.
We don't know. We have no idea what it is. And I feel like it would have been better for him to wait until he could say what it is, what the accountability is over entertainment, instead of doing this and then being like, all right, I can't say anything. If it was me, I would have cleared the way of me knowing that I could say what I want to say, and then have the conversation. Instead, now we're just in limbo, wondering what should the conversation be. We don't know what the conversation should be.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, like, for me personally, and like I said, like, to be fair to Ray, like, we just don't know. Like, if it's horrible, if it's bad. Like, first of all, I'm no fan of Jeff Johns, particularly his interference with the DCEU. I'm no fan of John Byrne. I've done many a video trying to explain to people that it was really Jeff Johns that ultimately caused a lot of the DCEU's problems. As far as Joss Whedon is concerned, I don't know. Here's my take. You want to hear my take? You want to hear the nuclear take, Adam?
Yes.
I actually think Joss Whedon is a pretty chill dude. I think he's a pretty chill dude. I think he's really good at what he does. And I also think he was in a particularly bad situation with the Justice League thing. I think he was in a bad mental place. I feel like he had a ton of pressure put on him. So I actually think that his behavior around the time of Justice League could potentially be explained by just circumstances in life. You know what I mean? Like, and I do that. Like just being real, like Monday's stream, right? Where we shit all over everything always, right? You know, super harmless. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. But I will say this. I was in a spicy state that day, right? I even said it when I came on the mic. I was like, I'm feeling spicy today. Mm-hmm. If I was in a little bit less of a manic state, you know, maybe I don't do that. You know what I mean? And so in some ways, like with Joss, like I think that maybe like he was just in a bad place, bro. You know what I mean? He was in a bad place. And this was a horrible job that he had. It was really constrained and all that sort of stuff. So that's my take, is that I actually think Joss is probably a pretty chill dude. When it comes to Ray, what's up?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? But my thing with Ray is like, dude, like bring that tea. Like either it was really horrible. Like, what are you doing? Are you trying? Because some people would say he's pandering to the Snyder Cut bros. What do you think about that, Adam?
That he's I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a little. I think he's already got the Snyder Bros with him. So I honestly do think that he feels that he was slighted. Okay. And I don't think it's to gain cachet. Now, I think the real question is the thing that he feels slighted for at the level at which we're all thinking it is? And I think that's the thing. I do believe that he feels what he's doing is right. It's just without knowing what the things are, it's hard to tell. Like, am I there with him? You know?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I do think from his point of view, he's justified, especially from some of the stories that we hear. Because look, honestly, I get the whole Kevin Smith thing. I think threw me because look, I get that you're coming in to do a job. I get that you may not have enjoyed or thought whatever Zach's vision was, or his editing style, or any his directing. It may not be your thing, and you want to sort of take it in a different direction. But you got to have the wherewithal and the mindset and the respect of knowing that you're working with all of these people around you who did like that, who did want and did sign up for that. And you're completely changing it, which is fine. That's what you were hired to do. Nothing on you for doing that, but have a little bit of understanding about the situation overall. And so I think maybe had he gone in there and had a little different attitude towards it, maybe this may not have happened.
Yeah, that's totally fair. A couple super chats came in. E=MCU says Gangster Feige sent Whedon to mess Justice League up. I mean, I've heard that theory. I really don't think so. But hey, maybe it'll come out in a book in like 30 years and we'll all geek out about it. And then Jonathan says Snyder would have been given the bad place pass. Totally, dude. I totally agree with you. The thing is, honestly, though, it's tough because man, we don't have to get totally down that rabbit hole. But I think that like my thing is everybody goes through that bad place thing, and mental health is often a roller coaster ride for a lot of people. And I think that there's varying degrees of how high up the roller coaster goes and how low it sinks. But I think that like when you're a professional, you gotta show up and be professional. You know what I mean? So like mental health's a big deal. Mental health definitely matters. But also, like, if you're a professional, you have to show up and be professional. That's kind of my take. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel you.
Yeah. So, Adam, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Scoopers. I want to talk to you a little bit about the DC stuff, man. Because we obviously we've been talking a lot about this cool stuff, and then Umberto comes in and is like, and like bombs all that. I saw some comments on the video yesterday where they're like, wow, everything I was excited about debunked, which is kind of sad. What's your take, man? What are you thinking?
Oh God, what am I thinking? I'm like here. I'm here with everything. I swear. It's just like I don't know what to think anymore. You think you trust people, and then they give you this information, and then other people come out and say it's not true, and then there's infighting and there's arguing, and at the end of the day, like, what do we want to do, Josh? We just want to talk about things that are happening. And,
Hell yeah, and we just want to nerd out.
Don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. You put it so great that the scoop game is like Game of Thrones, right? It's the game of scoops, and like. Everyone, watch your back because you might get thrown off a building by somebody. And there's factions. There's totally factions in this whole thing. And people have their sides. And then, some people who like are wrong some of the times do get some things right, and vice versa. Sometimes people get a lot of things right, and then they get one thing wrong, and all of a sudden they're completely discredited. I know yesterday, Umberto commented, and I went on this on my show. Umberto commented on a comment of Grace, and I know it's like, especially like somebody like you who like you're a big time Umberto fan, a big time Grace fan. It's like they can't both be right, It's like, but we know both have been right before, and both have been wrong before. So like, who do we trust? Who do we know? Is Umberto right? We don't even know if he's right. We think he's right. I don't know. It gets me so worked out sometimes.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, like, man, it's tough because, like, what's funny is, so, like, even in the tweet storm that Umberto made, he actually did confirm that Grace was right. Like, because Grace had come out and said that the Justice League Rebirth thing was not real.
Right.
She came out technically before Umberto, throwing flame on that. And then Umberto comes out and is like, yeah, there's no Justice League Rebirth. Now, here's where the Game of Thrones things comes in. It's not like he's going to come out on a tweet and say, Grace was right. You know what I mean? Like, his strat is to just say that and then quote tweet her and with one thing that she's got wrong.
Right.
And say, yeah. So this is where the Game of Thrones things come in, right? So, and sort of as I alluded to in my video, I'm friends with all. You know what I mean? I'm friends with everybody, man. I don't want to engage with that side of it. But I will say this: what is your opinion on the cultured nerd? Because what was really interesting to me was watching the comments come in. Dude, there are some hardcore cultured nerd fans out there, and they flamed Umberto. So the light cast or whatever, that the video that we referenced for the Ben Affleck contract video.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they commented on one of Umberto's tweets, okay? And then they said, and somebody was like, why would you ask him? And then the Lightcast dudes were like, because whatever he says, usually the opposite is true. And I was like, damn! So what do you think, man? Like, what's the deal with the cultured nerd? Are you familiar with them at all?
Yeah, so I'm fairly newer to the culture nerd. I have on my show done a couple of their reports before.
Yeah.
I'd gone through it. They seem relatively with it. They have a semi decent following. So I don't know. But it's funny because with Umberto, I think he's gotten a lot better since he went to the rap.
Obviously, yeah.
I think that when you go to, I think the rap is to equate it to college sports. They're like a mid-major, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not quite Variety or Hollywood Reporter or Deadline, but they're right up there. So they're like a mid-major. So they do have connections. They do talk to people. And so I think a lot of his stuff has gotten better. And he clearly, I think Umberto has much deeper DC connections than he does Marvel.
Yes.
So when it comes to at least DC, I think we can lean more towards there. But it's funny because he used to be called El Mayembe. I mean, he still might go by that. But I know a lot of people used to call him El Maybe because he used to not get stuff. But the culture, this whole thing, I think a lot of the thing going on with the culture nerd though, is that sometimes I think like we say, the Game of Thrones, all these new upcoming people who or sites or whatever who want to get in the game, they have to be more 100% right than wrong, or else they're just going to get lambasted. Now I know they have their fans, and I know that they're defending them against El Mayembe, but it's a tough game to break into. So
well, I mean, I'll just say this: if it comes out that Ben Affleck absolutely did not sign a new contract and he absolutely will not be coming back for anything in the Batman, I mean, dude, I'm never gonna use them as a source ever again.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what to tell you. This is the thing. So everybody, and I tried to explain this yesterday, but everybody with the Snyder Cut thing, if you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna listen to Umberto because he was wrong about the Snyder Cut. I'm sorry. I just think that's the most boneheaded thing to say ever. Obviously, the Snyder Cut broke with tradition, broke with the Hollywood system, and it was a major telecommunications corporation coming in and greenlighting something. And of course, Hollywood trades are not going to have access to know that, this mega corporation is just going to literally change the game. So everybody that's saying oh, I can't listen to anybody that ever denied the Snyder Cut, I mean, I just don't think you're a logically thinking person. So there were a lot of people that were coming at him from that angle. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I think that's absurd. There are other things out there okay, so for instance, Jeremy Conrad, one of the things that he gets flamed for a lot is the name of Avengers Endgame being Avengers Annihilation. Okay, he gets flamed for this a lot. Nobody remembers that it actually came out. It was verified. This came out from either Feige or the Russo brothers that they actually were playing around with changing the name of that movie to Avengers Annihilation. That's verified. So even though Conrad was technically wrong, the information that he had was accurate, meaning he does have legit sources that did actually know that. So a lot of these people don't even actually pay attention to the reality. They just think wrong. This dude was wrong. So I don't know, man. For my part, I think that it's sources versus judgment. Do they have legit sources? What's their judgment? You know what I mean? I'll say this. Jeremy's scoop about the Justice League Rebirth thing, I highly doubt that was something that he ran through multiple sources. I think that's probably something that came to him from a single source, and he decided to run with it because the timing of it was, well, I mean, it was really good.
Right. So here's the thing. I think I guess it depends on how we use these sites and these sources, right? If we use it as like this is legit complete information, then maybe that's on all of us for that. But if we use it as jumping off and talking points,
Right.
I guess that's a different thing altogether, right? Because look, the idea that rebirth is a thing, or the idea of even, let's say, the culture nerd that Ben Affleck is signing. So maybe it's not real. Maybe it's not. But could it make for a fun discussion on whether it should happen? Not that it will it happen, but should it happen? And what are the implications of that? Like that's always fun, for the fun film fandom side of it. So it's like, I don't know. It's sort of like I see it like Rotten Tomatoes a little bit too, right? Like we go to Rotten Tomatoes, and I know everyone has their opinions about it, but generally you go to Rotten Tomatoes to get a general view. But I know me personally, like I don't make my decisions off Rotten Tomatoes. I just get an informed opinion on what's everyone else out there thinking,
right?
And then I form my own opinion. So I feel like if we sort of treat some of these smaller sites like that. Where it's like, okay, it may or may not be true, but let's not assume that it's true. But we can still have some fun talking points on it. I think that would be a better way to go about it, because we know. I mean, you and I know, and I think a lot of people here in the chat know. Look, there's a reason why Variety, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, The Wrap get the stories that are typically always true, because the studio gives it to them directly.
Oh yeah, that relationship is really interesting, and it's something that I think Hollywood outsiders really don't understand very well. And it's, dude, look, I'm just like you guys. I didn't understand it. Like I came to understand it by befriending some people that did work for the Hollywood trades, then by talking to some of the scoopers, by like kind of, rubbing elbows with these guys and talking about how this worked. I mean, I kind of came to understand that like the studios and the trades are like super tight, dude. They're super tight. Like, you're not going to see a lot of inaccuracy coming from the trades when it comes to Hollywood, like almost none. Yeah. So, but like I said in the video yesterday, sometimes it's like, it's not what they say, it's what they don't say. You know what I mean? That sort of like can imply some things or give you some info or whatnot. But anyway, let's get into Q&A, bro. You ready to take some questions from the people? The hard questions about you trying to cancel Trinity?
Oh, God. Yeah. Did you? Okay. So... You go ahead, go to the chat. Look, let me make a public statement about
here we go, everybody.
What happened with Trinity. Okay. Earlier today on my show, Trinity made a disparaging comment about my chatters in my show Debate 8, and guess what? I timed him out for 300 seconds. I didn't really mean to do that, but I timed him out for 300 seconds.
Yep.
And you know what? And if you expect me to say an apology, I'm not going to do it. I would do it again. I would do 600 seconds. Screw you, Trinity.
Oh, boy. That's rough. That is a rough one. Yeah, no, I look, I reserve my comments. I don't know. I have to see the full context before I can pick a side here. I will say, though, that, like, man, it just seems like you really... I mean, look, that's one story, right? We'll have to wait for Trinity's story. Trinity, are you streaming after this? Are you going to expose how many red clown noses are going on Adam's face?
That's right. Yeah, and he put some heavily edited, as aggressively said, he did heavily edited footage on Twitter and posted it there to make me look bad. That's not the full story, people. It's not the full story.
It's not the full story. Looks like there's some Nerdvengers in-house beef. Indeed. Spicy pepper today, says E equals MCU. Oh, God, Josh, don't sing. Or, sorry, I misread that. Oh, God, Josh, please sing. Warm up the pipes a little bit here. Get everybody excited. Dinner's really between a rock and a hard place here at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. YouTube beef teriyaki. Yeah. We'll see. But guys, if you have any questions about anything that's going on here, feel free to drop them into the chat. Ab and I will be taking your questions. We'll do about 15 more minutes here. Anything else on your mind, Adam? Anything, I know we were talking a little bit about Comic-Con. Super depressed.
Dude, what do you think about this? I was saying this morning, I think they are blowing it right now. They're absolutely blowing it. They're treating their schedule as if it's an in-person event and not an online event.
Right.
And all these anticipated times that all of these things are going to premiere is not when a YouTube audience is on YouTube watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Look, I get that people can go and watch the videos at any point,
right.
But if you're trying to make a communal event, a premiere event of you want the most people watching at one time, they're going about it all wrong.
Yeah, it looks like a big old mess. We'll have to wait and see. Honestly, I think the pre-recorded aspect of it is fine because I think that that's actually pretty smart. Here's my thing. This seems super ambitious. You know what I mean? Like, it seems super ambitious what they're trying to do, but I do agree with you that there's a huge disconnect between what they're trying to do and I think the potential audience out there online for it. Yeah. And I mean, no Hall H, no Marvel, no DC. The Boys' panel is probably going to be dope, but I mean, I don't know, bro. Look, we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm interested to see what they do, and then DC Fandom. Really interested to see how that goes down because that's supposed to be live, right?
What, the Boys?
No, the DC Fandom.
Oh yeah.
I think they said live.
I did. I don't know what live means.
Sure.
Until we get more information.
Right. I mean, but what if they're both a disaster? Like, what if Feige's just sitting back and he's like, I can't wait for all of this to be a disaster, and then drop my shit. You know what I mean?
Here's why I don't think Fandom will be a disaster. Because it's 24 hours. Whatever they're doing, they're condensing it in such a short period of time that I think it's going to be boom, 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 one after the other. So at least that aspect of it, I think, is planned a little better versus spreading out over 5 days on Comic-Con when you have nothing.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Comic-Con thing is going to be a pretty lame duck, for real. But Mike asks, The Boys or Umbrella Academy, which are you looking forward to the most? You want to take that?
Definitely The Boys. 100% The Boys. I'll be honest, I'm not even caught up on Umbrella Academy yet. When it comes to Netflix shows, I tend to wait until a season 2 before sometimes I jump into it because they have had a history of kind of one and done or like two and done. So Umbrella Academy is something I'm definitely going to catch up on. But right now, The Boys, I'm loving The Boys. Everything that they put out so far for season 2, I've absolutely been, globbed onto. So that is up there for me for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. So for me, it's The Boys, but The Boys to me, it's so tough because I actually thought Umbrella Academy was brilliant. Like, I thought Umbrella Academy season 1 was absolutely brilliant, and I think it had an incredible ending. Both of these shows had a bang out season 1 that has an amazing ending. So it's a little closer for me than you might think, but to me, it's like this. Both of them are like right there as like primo comic book entertainment. Mm-hmm. But to me, just maybe it's my personal taste or something, The Boys just edges it out because I just felt like The Boys was something really special, man. I needed to watch it. I needed to see what happened next. Like, I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Love that show. So for me, it's The Boys. But I'm very excited for both of them. So that's kind of just me.
Yeah, and I'm going to catch up on the Umbrella Academy before season 2. I've heard nothing but good things, so it's not like I didn't watch it because I heard bad things. It's sometimes with Netflix, I'm just like, I'm cautious with them.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. It's so damn good. Netflix has canceled The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Yeah, I don't really have a take on that. I know that a lot of people liked Sabrina. You got anything on that, Adam?
No, I haven't seen one episode, and that's sort of why I don't really have a take on the casting of Batwoman because I don't watch that show. So
I don't either.
I don't have a take on that either.
No, I don't really either. CGM Show says, how the hell does Netflix make money being $15 billion in the hole? Adam, you want to take this one?
How do they make money? That's a good question. So at some point they won't be. It's sort of with these kind of things, it's the long game. You got to keep racking up subscribers, and you got to have a good balance between your budgets and your subscriber base. And it's the old adage, you gotta spend money to make money.
Yeah.
And I think at one point they were probably spending more than they should have. So it's taking them a little longer to get out of the hole than they probably first anticipated. But they spent all that money and they are the leader. They are still the leader. But they are scaling back. That's why a lot of these shows, they said that they were going to scale back on a lot of their programming and sort of focus on like.
When did they say that?
Oh, maybe like a year ago. A year ago now, probably they're going to focus more on like, they're going to try to focus more on not like throwing so much against the wall and seeing what sticks kind of thing. Just really concentrate on ones that they really think could go. That way they can put a little bit more money into those and save some money elsewhere instead of these like throwaway shows. So yeah, they're not making money right now. They're still in the hole. I think they might get out of it, or they could crumble. I don't know. It's I don't know. They're in a tough situation.
All right. So now that Adam has said everything completely wrong, I'll tell you the truth. So Netflix has something that a lot of companies do not have, and that is an incredible cash flow. So because they are subscription based, and because every month they get like a lot of money, guys, like an insane amount of money per month in direct cash flow, they actually make a ton of money. So to say that they're not making money is incorrect. They have a very secure flat cash flow. And also, by the way, Netflix, it's really weird. One of the things that's really interesting with Netflix is people don't unsubscribe to Netflix. I haven't watched a lot of Netflix like since HBO Max came out, and I'm still subscribed. Like, Netflix has this really weird thing where a lot of people will just stay subscribed to it. They just consider it almost a permanent utility, and they just leave it there. They just pretty much leave it. And Netflix as a company is valued in the marketplace at a really, really high level, despite it technically being in the red. It's the same thing with Tesla. Tesla has actually, to my knowledge, never actually had a profitable quarter ever. But they're a very valuable company, right? So it's a little bit weird, but Netflix, to my knowledge, I just looked it up, Adam, I don't think they actually have ever said they're going to scale back. They use an algorithm to determine what kind of content they're going to go with, and they are way more apt to cancel something or not move forward with something if they don't think that their audience is engaged with it. But they're like super cutthroat like that. So yeah, Netflix is a weird case, but to say they don't make money is crazy. They are definitely in debt, but there's like good and bad debt, especially when it comes to businesses. So yeah, Netflix makes a ton of money, dude. Sorry, Adam, I didn't mean to correct you on that.
No, you're good.
Reason why Feige hasn't given us much is because all the upcoming things were given last year. He needs to get these projects done and out before he can give us more. Don't want to tip his hand too soon. I don't know. I mean, look, I'll say this. I know that Feige has certainly put an actual announcement out there. We do more accurately know what's going to be happening in Phase 4 compared to the DCEU. So this is something I keep seeing is like people are saying like, look, even though we have all this buzz right now, even though we have all this hype, you know, none of that could be executed, right? We know what's coming in Phase 4, and Feige's track record with delivering on things that he's announced is pretty solid. I think the only thing that he ever announced that didn't come to fruition was the Inhumans movie, and that was, the Scott Buck thing and ended up becoming over there. I think the Feige not tipping his hand has more to do with the actual constraints that are on the MCU because of the continuity. The continuity creates a weird problem where you can't just take something out of that continuity and release it at any time. It has to be properly managed. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think he needs to necessarily get these things done before he goes. But, yeah, I don't know, Adam. What do you think about that?
What do I think about that? Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. There's no reason for him to do that. Dude, he's got. Oh man, hold on. There we go. Gotta fix it.
Peter says Tesla is going for a 4th profitable quarter in a row. If that's true, it's amazing. But I do know they had multiple rounds of like angel investment and then actual investment without a single profitable quarter. Same thing happened with Snapchat. Snapchat had, they just dumped money into Snapchat for a long, long time. But sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, no, Feige's fine. Look, there's so much speculation on what Feige's going to do. Feige's playing the long game, man. He's playing the long game.
Oh, Adam, dude, you look like you in pretty good shape over there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've been working out. Well done.
Yeah.
SCB says Kanye 2020. I'm unironically supporting Kanye. That's all I'll say.
Good Lord.
Starting the spice, baby.
Good Lord.
I know, right? What non-Marvel / DC comic book TV shows are you guys excited for that have been announced? Non-Marvel DC comic book shows.
I was excited when we heard the news that the Ninja Turtles Ronin show was happening, and then that got completely debunked. Well, not completely, but mostly debunked. So that was a disappointment. That hurt my feelings. But I guess The Boys counts, right?
Yeah, well, I would say, it'd probably be The Boys. I'm trying to think if there's like more that I'm missing, because really, like the only thing I can think of is The Boys and then the Umbrella Academy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to His Dark Materials coming back.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, you're
show,
super hype on Amazon right now. I saw you were saying they were like the best or whatever.
I don't know if they're the best, but I think they are making a name for themselves with everything that they have coming out in the short term and the long term. I think at the end of the day, Amazon, if they can get their app together, I think they're going to be a real force to be reckoned with.
Dude, it's so interesting. It's weird because I think Amazon does some great stuff. Like they have some really great programs. The UI of their app and their service is super whack. But you know what else too? It's like Amazon is kind of a weird thing to me because even Amazon, the actual website that makes all of that money that made Bezos into the most wealthy man on the planet, even that website kind of sucks, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely from like the early 2000s.
Yeah, it's not even good. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's weird for me. Amazon Prime, though, if they nail the Lord of the Rings thing, that's a big one, dude. If they can nail that Lord of the Rings show, keep the boys coming up. And I know they have a lot of shows that have sort of like a niche following, or like people are really into it, even though it hasn't like super broken through. I think His Dark Materials is one of them. What's the one with Krasinski where he's like the military like dude or whatever?
Oh yeah, Jack Reacher.
Yeah. So that one's really popular. People like that.
Marvelous Miss Maisel, which is
great show, dude. It's a brilliant show. Yeah, it's a great show. And I think that the way they're gonna do The Boys with it sort of coming out weekly after a while, man, like that's good shit, dude. That's really gonna help them out. That's gonna get a lot of buzz and hype for Amazon, and maybe they'll do the same thing with the Lord of the Rings thing. And then like I could totally see it where Amazon ends up taking a big chunk of this marketplace. But dude, I'm still loving HBO Max, dude.
Yeah, I'm liking HBO Max too. I'm still watching stuff. They just dumped a whole bunch of the DC animated movies on there, and I
Yeah, dude.
cannot wait to go rewatch some of those.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's
They're some of
crazy.
my favorite stuff.
Dude,
Like
there's
Doom
so
is one of
much
my
on there.
favorites.
Yeah,
I
Doom is
love
so
that
good.
movie.
I was almost gonna put on the Red Hood one with Jensen Ackles, where he played Jason Todd or whatever. Let's see here. We got a super chat coming in from Lord Vito. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Yes, I have. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's good shit, though. How do you feel about Jeffrey Dean Morgan coming to The Boys season 3? What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's great.
Why not?
I'm very excited. Maybe that's what he was talking about with reviving the mask. So I don't know. Because it clearly wasn't the DCEU.
I know, right? No, I mean, that'll be cool. He's worked with Kripke before with the Winchester brothers. You know what I mean? It's good shit.
And just like his style would fit so perfectly for that show.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Dude, especially if he goes like hard comedian on it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like goes a little crazy like that. I'm so excited for The Boys, dude. That's just going to be awesome. But yeah, no, I think that Jeffrey Dean Morgan could I'm not familiar enough with the show though the comics to be like, "Oh, he should be this character or that character." You know what I mean? I really don't know.
Neither do I, but from my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because the chat's been doing it all day. I'm pretty sure like they've diverted so much from the comics as it is anyway.
They have diverted yeah.
That I don't even think it matters at this point.
I really wonder if they're going to do the twist from the comics with Black Noir. Do you know about that?
I don't know what the twist is. So
should I not say it?
I would say don't, because if there's a chance that they could do it, then you know what I mean?
The trailer almost made me think they will.
And I would hold off until after the season to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Or until the episode, whatever episode it is.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh my God, it's already 11? Dude, we did so great. Trinity, are you streaming? For real, Trinity, are you streaming? We'll get your thing on here. How butthurt is the whole internet going to be when we get an MCU Reed Richards that's not Krasinski? Oh, Danny Orange coming in hot. What do you think, man?
Danny Orange is not wrong. Look, who knows at this point if it's going to be him? I think it would be great if it was. But yes, this is the problem with fan casting, is that when the collective has decided this is the person, and if it's not, I feel bad for the actor who gets cast if it's not like a huge name and it's not Krasinski.
Dude, for real. Oh man, that would be that would be really rough, dude. That would be really, really rough. To my knowledge, though, Krasinski's been pretty quiet on that front recently. So you never know.
I do think we have a better chance of him being Mr. Fantastic than Emily Blunt being Sue Storm. I don't know that I see that is actually going to happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I'd love for them to do it. I think it would be really cool. It'd be a big win for the fans. But if it doesn't happen, I still have all the faith in Feige. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still have all the faith that he will do this the correct way. And actually, Feige's not even the person that casts. So the casting director for the MCU is like incredible. You know what I mean? So,
Sure.
I think it's actually a lady, but I'm not 100% on that. SCB says, what previous titles would you guys add to Disney Plus? It has a hidden request / suggestion feature. Oh, that's interesting. What previous titles would you guys add to Disney Plus? I got nothing there. Like I haven't. Yeah, what do you think, Adam? Before I crap all over Disney Plus, maybe you should go.
I don't know, because I mean they pretty much have so much and everything's coming. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of like maybe some TV shows that they could throw in there. I'll be honest, I don't know. I'm a little stumped on that one. I feel bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't really think of anything. Do they even have all of the MCU stuff? Like, I don't think they have the Hulk. They don't have the
No,
Spider-Man stuff.
but that's just contractual stuff. So it's like eventually they will be there at some point, you know?
I don't think the Spider-Man movies will eventually be there.
No, maybe not. Maybe not.
And it's possible that Hulk is forever wrapped up in that distribution arrangement with Universal. I don't know.
So,
I mean,
what, you think maybe they go on Peacock? That'd be crazy.
absolutely.
And then Peacock, there's a streaming service that
Is anybody gonna get that? You know what I mean? Like, who the hell? Like, I don't know.
Right?
Like, what are they gonna put The Office on there and just?
Yeah, it'll gain subscribers for The Office. It'll definitely have a lot more TV shows because that's what NBC. It's it'll have the whole NBC library. But
Oh, SCB says like Daredevil or Punisher. Maybe I don't think those shows will ever come to Disney Plus.
no,
Those are Netflix.
Well,
Yeah, that's a Netflix show. Those will be on Netflix.
yeah, I highly doubt we're ever going to see that.
Yeah, and that's another reason that you probably will never see Charlie Cox as Daredevil in the MCU. Because if they did that, what that would mean is, well, what it would really mean is it would give more value to the old Daredevil shows. So if you've never seen Daredevil before and you see Charlie Cox as Daredevil and your buddy's like, "Oh yeah, we did all this stuff on Netflix. You know, he was Daredevil all this for like 3 seasons on Netflix." Then you have to go get Netflix to watch it.
All right, I have an answer. I want the original trilogy. I want the 1990, what was it, 6 version?
Yeah, the pre-special
latest,
editions. Yeah,
the THX edition, the one that's close to the original trilogy as possible, but with upgraded, with remastered sound and visuals, but not added stuff.
Yeah.
Per se. There was some added stuff, but not like, the 97. Thank you, Trev. That's what I want. I want that version of it. I miss that version.
It's McClunky, not Spelunky, Adam. But yeah,
No, Ryan.
or Ryan, sorry. That would be cool. I mean, I don't know. I've never been one of those guys that's really obsessed with the pre-special editions. There are things that I don't like in the special editions, but there are things that I actually do like, and I think that there are some things that really add to it. And by the way, the versions that are on Disney Plus, I actually think are the best versions of Star Wars, the original trilogy I've ever seen. There's a lot of little added things. The color's really punched up. The effects look pretty flawless to me. So I'm not really worried about that. I mean, at this point, Disney Plus is just lucky that I'm not better with my money. Because if I was better with my money, I would not be subscribed to that service. What is on that service? What is there to watch right now? I mean, I've seen the MCU movies a million times. I own all of them already.
Yeah. Well, look,
I own all the Star Wars movies, Adam.
You're talking to the wrong person on this. I'm never giving it up. I literally, I'm not even joking. Monsters University and Monsters Inc. is on a 24-hour loop in my house.
Right,
so
the kids.
The $5 a month or whatever it is a month, just to appease my son for watching that movie over and over again, is worth it in gold. So for I think for parents right now, parents are really pushing this service forward, and that's what's keeping it afloat for sure. Hamilton has been a huge draw for them. They got almost 750,000 new downloads for the app just for Hamilton alone. So that was a big pull for people. So I don't know.
No, I mean that's totally fair. Everybody's like, it's clear Josh doesn't have kids, dude. I am a kid, guys. I run a channel called The Den of Nerds for a living. I'm a big kid.
Go back and rewatch a lot of the X-Men stuff.
I did though. I burned through it.
The whole animated series.
Hell yeah.
What about X-Men Evolution? That one is great.
No, and I haven't burned through that.
Go burn through that. It's a lot better than people give it credit for or whatnot. But X-Men Evolution was a great show. Go watch that.
All right. Yeah, I could check that out. I mean, like, look, once Mando comes back and once these MCU shows start dropping, I mean, I'm all in on that. You know what I mean? Like that's essentially why I've got the service. And honestly, I think that's a big reason why a lot of people got it. And it just sucks that like we've been so delayed on getting that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Trinity is streaming, so I'll probably call it here. I'll see if anybody has any other last minute questions, and then we will call it. Gargoyles. Oh yeah, dude, I love Gargoyles. Gargoyles is one of the best shows ever. The 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Yeah, that's true. It's good stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes is literally best Avenger. Dude, I love Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was good.
But yeah, we just need that. We need that official content. Okay, let's take this last. I'll be canceling Adam in a few. Oh, okay. I just checked your channel, Trent. I was like, yeah, I don't think he's going today or whatever. So I'll wait a little bit. Kids woke up and got hungry. Damn. So Anthony says, Josh and Adam, can you guys explain to me the NDA is that actors in movie studios have word says they can talk about certain parts of the movie, yet they had to promote it. Doesn't make sense to me. Adam, you want to take that?
No, I'll let you go first, so that way, in case anything I say that you disagree with, I don't look like an idiot.
Oh my God, I was kidding about. I was like memeing on you about the Netflix thing. No, but here's my understanding of an NDA. So they sign a contract, and there's a lot of stuff in an NDA that you're not allowed to say. So basically, like, there'll be like a lot of stuff that you're technically not allowed to say. This would include studio trade secrets, things that happen on set. I'm sure there's probably like for instance, when George sold Star Wars, there was a non-disparaging clause, which is basically that he's not allowed to come out and say that Disney's white slavers.
Yeah.
Or disparage them, the movies at all, right? To hurt their stock. The actors' NDAs are usually contracts that essentially just stop them from saying a bunch of stuff that could hurt the film or hurt the studio. So it's a little bit like, hey, you're coming over here, you're going to see some things, you're going to hear some things. Your NDA is going to prevent you from being able to say these things to the public. However, an NDA cannot protect you from something that's illegal. So if somebody signs an NDA and the NDA says you can't divulge what happened on set to the public, and then someone breaks the law on the set, it does not break your NDA to come out and say there was illegal activity on this set. So that's like my baseline understanding of it, but this really isn't my area of expertise.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. It's really it's kind of at the discretion of the studio, right? They at any point they can allow you to say what they want you to say, but they're covering their CYA, they're covering their butts about you not being able to say absolutely anything. So yes, when they go on their press tours and whatnot, it's basically the studio tells them here to say these talking points, but they can't go on and say like, well, first of all, they don't want to give away the entire plot of a movie, so that's something that's clearly in the NDA,
because that would ultimately damage the money, right? So that's the whole idea. Yeah.
And also like not just that, but like any copyrighted material, such i.e. the script, stuff like that, you're not allowed to. It's not just talking about it, but you're not allowed to like reproduce it and give it out to anybody. It's more about protecting your brand, protecting the studio, and it's about the assets more than anything. It's not necessarily about not talking about the movie,
right?
But NDAs are more about protecting the assets of the studio.
Yes, that's exactly my understanding of it too. Yeah, I don't know. That's what's so confusing about the Ray Fisher thing, right? It's like, what do you mean, bro? Like, what? How does it not break your NDA to come out and say there was abuse on set? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, his behavior was disgusting. It was enabled by these producers. How does that not break your NDA? I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I think it's verbal abuse, not illegal abuse.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. And Adam's channel name is Fanjecture, and you're absolutely right, Adam. I need to do a better job of like putting that info on the screen because, look, Adam is an incredible YouTuber. He makes great content, and you should definitely check him out. DC
Thanks,
or
man.
Marvel?
Appreciate that.
We enable you, Josh. Makes sense. Yeah, you do, you mofocus. Yeah. Sing it to us one time. Trinity. Are you streaming? Trinidad. That's all I got.
Are you streaming? Wait, I gotta do the echo. Are you streaming?
Nice, dude. Nice. That's good shit.
Yeah.
My
so ridiculous.
My thing's like all whack. Like I had it working, and then I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Streamlabs just hates me. I got to try to figure that out. Trendy, where's your stream, dude? I don't see it. You want me to just stay on the stream here and just kill time until Trinity gets his stream up so then I can link him? Oh my God. Mother of God. This stream's all off the rails.
You see that?
What's up?
Mab said I need a... Oh, wait, it's too bright. Oh, no, wait. All right, that's not going to work. Wait, too many lights in this room. He said I need a name tag, so I wrote it down, but it didn't work.
I cannot see that at all.
Yeah, no, the light is like shining right on it.
Yeah, that's real. I could shower to that song? What? What does that mean? All right. Yeah. Batfleck returns, says RDTV. Oh, man. I really hope so. If he does, though, that's going to make things even more awkward. With all the scoopers and Umberto's thing and all that. Hey, whoa, nice. There you go.
Yeah.
I can see part of that. Hey. That works for me.
Okay.
All right. I'm only going to go like 2 more minutes. I can't fill any more time here waiting for Trin. So blame your kids, Trinity, not me. And we are going to get out of here soon. I'll take one last question if anybody has a question. Anybody? Bueller? It should be up, he says. Okay, let's check it out.
Coffee, comics, and weirdos. Gee, I wonder who the weirdo is that he's talking about.
It's probably me.
Probably both of us.
Yeah, probably both of us. All right, we do have a link.
Waffles, Renee. Waffles.
All right, I'm going to throw this on into chat. Guys, a couple of reminders here. Please come by. If you are a member, come on by tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The After Dark crew is going to cancel me, obliterate me, pull up old videos of me talking about how I love Raylo and different things like that. So if you're a big fan of me getting knocked down a few pegs, make sure you come on by to After Dark tonight. I think it's going to be a good show. And then, Adam, you got anything you want to plug, man? I mean, Debate 8 is dope. Like, I feel like more people should know about Debate 8.
Thanks, man. Yeah, Wednesday nights after the Nerd Card Showdown, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On my channel, we do a show called Debate 8. Last night, we did Nolan films. And to no surprise, the final 2 were Inception and Batman, or The Dark Knight. Those were our 2 finalists. It was great. A big controversy last night, Hashgate, Prestigegate.
Dude, so I can't believe Prestige was on. Prestige is... Anyway, go on.
But so we're gonna have to do another Nolan down the road. When Tenet comes out, we're gonna do another one. We're gonna add Prestige. We'll get all the crying man babies in there, and they can vote for Prestige, which will probably still lose to Inception or The Dark Knight. That's fine. We'll appease everybody. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. The audience gets to vote on who wins, who makes it through the bracket. It's a lot of fun. So if you like talking movies and you get your nerd card fix at 8, then afterwards pop over to my channel at 9, and we continue the fun there.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right, brother. We're going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Go over, support Trinity's stream. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. unfortunately, I think I might have this on a 15-second delay still, Adam, from last night.
No, I really hate that dude, Trinity.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Well,